You're listening to the GemMint podcast by GFNF. Your weekly breakdown of sports cards, hobby news, and everything in between. Here's your hosts, Jake and Nico.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of GemMint by GFNF, episode 8. We've made it 2 months. What's going on, Jake?
Feels like just yesterday, man. This is fun.
It does. Yeah, it's cool though, because like we record one, and then we're both so busy that you kind of turn around, and then it seems like we're ready to record the next one. But I will say last week's actually did feel like it was kind of forever ago. With Brett and the one. It seems like the Wander Mania has died down a little bit. Has he gotten the grade back yet? Do you know?
Not yet. So he sent it to Golden.
Mm-hmm.
Last I talked to him, Golden was getting it graded. They said they would update him when they get the grade back, and then it'll be on the next auction cycle. But they gave him a timeline that it takes them about 2 to 3 weeks.
I mean, you have to assume they fly it out, right? They probably kind of get
that kind of card, probably.
Well, they probably go with a decent amount.
I wouldn't want to put that card with the post office. I'll tell you that.
Oh God, no way. Yeah, that's
we got a story coming up this episode about the post office, which is kind of cool. So.
Yeah, I actually did. I was at the Philly Card Show this past weekend, and of course, Golden Auctions had a I don't know. Did they ever set up any card show? Well, I guess the National and stuff, but Ken
goes to quite a few of the big ones.
Yeah, so they're right in South Jersey, right where I am. So, they go to a decent amount around here. But the Philly show's pretty big, and they had their display set up with some stuff that's going on at auction. I thought there was maybe a chance that the Wander was gonna make a appearance there, but it unfortunately it wasn't. But there was some cool stuff. They had a Lewis Hamilton card from like 2008. That's like some ridiculously low pop. The vintage stuff. It was pretty cool though.
I was at, I do one card show a month, and there was also last Wednesday. It seems like this hobby's picking up, man. I don't know about out in Philly, but stuff was moving here like crazy, and tons of people coming in the door. So it's good to see.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to the National, and I haven't been to a show this big. I just always missed the last few Philly shows. The Philly show's only 3 times a year, so it's spread out pretty thin. But I mean, I did like the early access stuff. The early access entry. So we got to, me and Alex got to kind of peer around and take a look. Honestly, I was shocked at how much vintage there was, and I love obviously vintage, but I was really surprised. But it's always cool to see because there's like, at least these days, there's 2 clientele. There's, the older group that's trying to do set completion, and they got their
they're walking around with their checklist.
They got they got their notebooks, trying to go through cards and find.
Love those guys.
Complete the set. It's like the dudes that go to the baseball games with the books and keep the score.
I'll tell you what, at the show I do it with Hollywood, one of our members, and he'll sit there with 4 row boxes in front of him, and he takes all the time to sort them, and those guys will stand in front of him and buy 150 different singles just to complete 3 different sets. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, you got to respect the dedication of
I couldn't do it. I don't have the brain for that.
Yeah, see, like I would be like obsessive like that if I started trying to do that. Which I have been, but not to the extent of some of these guys. But I definitely don't want to get started because I know I'll just be like, oh my God, I started this, like I have to complete, the set now. So
my organization skills can't handle it. I mean, I put my coat on the other day. I'm like, oh, there's cards in the pocket.
Yeah,
totally forgot.
Yeah, and then you got the other clientele, I guess, would say more us, like the more modern cards. The first thing I did when I walked in there was looked for F1, and I got ousted by I don't even know the guy. It's a young kid, honestly, probably in his 30s or so. He closed like a $22,000 deal, all raw cards too.
Wow.
F1 with this guy that had one of the most insane displays I'd seen, dude. Like, it was 4 or 5 showcases, mostly full of Bowman autos, short prints. Just he had some insane Tatis, Soto stuff, Vlad. It was pretty cool. He had I did end up buying one F1 card off him, which was pretty cool. But yeah, this guy beat me there. He I didn't have $22,000 to drop on Raw F1.
Cheap.
Yeah, a little cheap. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see. And then walked around a little bit more, and there was a lot of big time baseball there. Saw a J-Rod orange auto, which was pretty cool. Yeah, that guy had. I mean, he had like, it almost seemed like every orange auto, reds, some crazy stuff, but a lot of money.
Did you have an orange in your little rainbow of J-Rod?
Non-auto. I have an orange.
No, okay,
non-auto.
No.
Yeah, that's at this
Still
point.
A good one.
Yeah, it's cool. But at this point, yeah, a little out of range. But yeah, so let's touch on maybe the past week, retail wise. Nothing on target as expected. We had the drop last week. I mean, I got all my stuff in. I think you live like next to the distribution center, so pretty sure you got all your stuff in.
Moved them right away, dude. They go quick.
Yeah, people are liking. I think the name. And I was saying this earlier. I think it was yesterday. The name of the game, I think, now with retail is quantity, and you got to be willing to kind of get 100, 200, 300 boxes of stuff if you want to make money in this now. I mean, you could still make a few bucks, but it's tough now. It's
at the price point that they're at now, which we'll touch on in a little bit here. It's real hard making the good money, ripping it all.
Oh yeah, I mean, but people are pulling like insane stuff out of these also, which I think is helping the resale price.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, that you can pull that kind of stuff in retail and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, that's like, you don't have to go spend $700 on a Mosaic hobby box to have a chance to pull a case hit. You could buy a $20 cello or hanger box. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. We had Walmart today, which was kind of a flop. I think we just saw like some playoff football and Mosaic that actually was sitting.
The hanger boxes. I saw that.
And the blasters too. Were the
blasters sitting in second? Well, the blasters were priced at what, 40?
35 before. I mean, if you don't live in Delaware or like Oregon or whatever, you're paying tax.
Shipping and tax.
Yeah, so I mean, they did sit for a little. I think people are just like, might as well just kind of wait for Target, $5 cheaper. And,
the hangers for those of you that haven't opened any yet, Walmart hangers have a rookie variation silver parallel in them, where the Target ones are the rookie scripts, opportunities, and stuff like that. But do you think that silver variation justifies $10 more for the Walmart hanger?
No, I don't think so. Plus, I have one of the Target ones in front of me right now that looks like someone stomped on it before they put it in the box. It says
post office.
Yeah, actually the box that came in looks fine. One silver or Mosaic parallel per box. So it's not a variation, but you're getting at least one silver in the box.
Green or something.
But I could have sworn I saw some people say they've been pulling silver variations from the Target boxes. So
yeah, I saw that too.
Kind of seems like a free for all at this point.
Just Walmart justifying their $10 extra.
Yeah. And then we did have another Topps drop today. So today is the release day of Formula One Chrome. Yeah, pretty ugly drop around the board. So obviously we saw UK drop first. It was only UK and Germany, right?
That's all I saw.
And this is the second drop in a row that we saw only those two European regions, which is kind of interesting to see. And it didn't seem like the stock was high. So they dropped the Hobby Box and they dropped the Hobby Light. So the Hobby Light, no guaranteed autos or any chance at an auto, has like these Ray Wave parallels if you're familiar with Bowman Draft Light. And then those were priced at, I want to say it was like 180 to 200 pounds before shipping. Yeah. And then the Hobby Box, I think autos are about 1 in 3 in those, so still no guaranteed auto. Just really paying for like a chance and 2 more packs from the light boxes. And
I think the lights are significantly better value. Even if you break it down by price per card, it's way lower.
So the hobby boxes were about 500 pounds. I think when all said and done, so it's almost $600 US if you were shipping over. And then
what's weird?
Yeah,
I thought that we didn't see Italy drop. It tops Italy, and Italy has that's where at least 3 of the 10 car manufacturers are located at.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing like logistically with this. Maybe it's just easier for them just to ship from those 2 locations for all the regions. So. But interesting to see. This is the first time we've really seen like 2 drops in a row where they kind of like limited the area, and then we had US drop only the light boxes at $200 a box, which was about $225 after taxes and shipping.
Yep.
Pretty good deal.
Could be worse.
Yeah, looking at eBay sales, at least 300. And they seem to be climbing. Yeah, so I picked up a light and a hobby from my card store today. Definitely gonna rip those because like the cellophane's just like asking to be ripped. It's like it's like jumping off the box,
screaming at you.
Yeah, and then I have a few. I have 6 lights coming in. We'll see. I think these Ray Waves are gonna do really really well. People are loving them. People are loving what they're calling checkerboard, but I think you and I know it as X-Fractor.
Well, are you talking about not the checker flag?
No, not the checker flag. The checkerboard. So on the pack odds, it's called checkerboard, but it looks like an X-Fractor card. If you're familiar with kind of top screen baseball.
I think the colored Ray Waves, the red and the green, are just going to do insane numbers.
Yeah, we've seen some monsters pulled already. Out of 5, Hamilton Auto was pulled. I saw an out of 5 Ray Wave, Hamilton pulled. Wow. Yeah, there's been some big cards pulled already. I saw the Charles Leclerc Superfractor was pulled already, non-auto. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff kind of pulled already, but I don't see prices going down. For what it's worth, like, yeah, okay, it's just like the second year F1 product. The design is not terrible. They actually did a pretty good job with the coloring and presentation of the actual images on the card. I like them. And from what I've seen, the boxes have been pretty loaded. So a lot of color.
You got the hype behind. You also have the new season of Drive to Survive coming out. You got the season starting itself here in a day or 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the hype's behind. I think you're right. I think it'll go up.
Yeah, they did a good job timing this. Yeah, and then we should see. I don't know if I'm jumping the gun here. We should see Dynasty pretty soon. I think it's still like March TBA with the release date. And then I think we're just kind of going to be waiting on Sapphire. And what's
that going to drop at? You think? What about Dynasty and Sapphire? What do you think they'll drop at?
Okay, Dynasty. I think it's safe to assume. I mean, we had Chrome at almost $600. You got to think like 1,200.
Oh yeah, I would think I was thinking closer to 15.
You think 1,500? Let me see if there's any sales on eBay.
Yeah, I would think that for Sapphire, last year's Sapphire, what did we pay? 80?
No,
7?
I don't think it was 80. I think those were like 150 or something.
Were they?
I think
maybe.
So.
I mean, sure. if Chrome released at 600, Sapphire might be, I don't know, might be $400 or $500 a box.
So the only place that I know you could buy Dynasty right now, I guess there's a couple places. There is a Canada site that has them for $2,200. But like Blowout and Steel City are at like $3,300 for a box, which I'm pretty sure you can get last year's for. So you're probably better off getting last year's.
We got our future guest on the show. We're gonna have him on here in a couple weeks. Ryan, Card Collector 2. Did you see what he picked up at the Dallas show?
Was it the Hamilton?
He did. Well, there was multiple. He had some Verstappens. It looked like he had quite a dynasty haul out of Dallas. It's pretty cool. You gotta go check it out.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple of them.
Do you think he'll bring a couple on the show to give to us as presents?
I would think so. Oh yeah, dude, these are yeah, that Hamilton, low key Hamilton's auto kind of stinks, but
Yep.
yeah, that Dynasty. I mean 9.5 too. It's nice grade on it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a sick card. So I'm looking forward to it. My card shop's gonna be getting me one box. Interested to see what he charges me.
Yeah,
but
he's gonna call you and say, "I got your box in."
be like, oh,
29
man, remember those good deals I
2900.
gave you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah.
you did well though for trading some
Yeah.
trading some wax for those boxes today.
Yeah. If you guys don't like, if you're picking up retail product, and not even if you're struggling to move it, but one of the ways that you should be trying to move it is at your card stores. So a lot of these guys are, especially if they're a new store. My store's kind of been around, but he really doesn't have the allocation. Bring product in, see if they're willing to trade for hobby. Even if you don't want to rip it, just trying to move one box versus like 20 is a lot easier. So I always do that, bring in some boxes. It helps him because it gets him more product in the store, especially for kids. And it helps me because I can get a hobby box for cheaper, or I can maybe easily move that one box instead of 20 hanger boxes or something online.
Yep.
So
Consolidate
definitely,
it.
yeah, it's just a super effective way to do it. And I gotta imagine, as long as you live like somewhat in like a populated area, there should be a couple shops around. Or you could even connect online too, but don't limit yourself to paying eBay fees. Try to spread it out a little bit, but
You're also taking a little, you're also get a little bit of an opportunity to do an even swap current price wise, but maybe trade into something that will over time hold more value.
oh yeah, I've done that a few times. Like he'll even trade like slabs, honestly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, I know I touched on the Philly card show, but we also had the Dallas card show going on the same week, and it seems like every day. Okay, so like Dallas card show, it's like every month, isn't it?
It's every 2 months.
Every 2 months. Okay. So there was another dude stealing cards.
Yeah, dude, that happens all the time.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
I don't know if they caught him, but I don't know why these dudes keep trying to do this. Like these venues that hold it, they have cameras. Like people are watching. Especially if you're gonna like
millions of dollars on it.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna take a card and then go like they try to like go flip it quick if you're not gonna leave right away
at the same show.
Yeah, at the same show. But Dallas show looked pretty insane.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of stealing, I don't know if I ever told you this, but Garrett was at the National. We were all together, and while we were there, I think it was the second day, maybe. The cops had this guy handcuffed. He had a backpack, and inside the backpack were cards he had stolen from the National, and there were hundreds of singles. It wasn't like he stole one monster card; he stole hundreds of cards, and they were just piled into his backpack, and he would just go from table to table. It was crazy to see. It happens all the time.
Yeah, people are crazy, dude. But I mean, shout out to the good people out there that are in it to make deals and stuff. Not try to like pull one over on people. Yeah. So speaking of trying to pull one over on people, this has like been an issue I think for a while now. People, and it's not just exclusive to it's probably bigger in the sneaker world than it is the card world. But we always kind of worry about sending stuff through the mail, especially high value cards. It seems like someone actually finally got caught. Stealing cards. A Missouri mailman pleaded guilty to mail fraud for roughly $40,000 worth of stolen cards. So
yeah, it's wild. It makes you. I mean, obviously this can. First of all, tip your mail people. People there, if you're getting lots of cards and you're getting lots of packages, throw them a tip around Christmas time or give them a little gift or something. Not that that's going to stop them from. Or be the tipping point for that, but there are some bad apples out there. We've seen it happen. That's the whole thing with PSA, right? I mean, PSA was returning packages that looked somewhat tampered with at all.
Yeah, they don't want that responsibility. And speaking of responsibility, I am taking sole responsibility for being the person that had them change their receiving address, because they tweeted about package tampering, and I literally replied right away. I was like, "You guys need to change the address." Like when they ship the PSA, like it's so like if anyone's in the car world, it's so obvious, in their address. So they did change it a little bit.
You're a hero of the hobby.
Shameless plug. Humble.
Yeah. Speaking of fumbling, I believe an episode or two ago we were talking about the Mickey Mantle NFT that Topps was doing, and based on where it was, I think it was what, $8,000 or $10,000 bid. At the time?
This is some BS, because like the original.
You think it's shilled?
No, I don't think that. I just think that like we talked about it. I think we both said like we thought it was gonna do six figures. And then we're sitting there like a day left. It's at like $8,000. We're like, oh shit! Like we were way off.
That's gonna be lucky to do 50.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, let me The next day I was like, oh, let me check like what it ended at, and I clicked on it and it was like 175 ETH. I was like, that's got to be like a mistake, right? Like there's no way this like went up 170 ETH like overnight. But yeah, it was just shy of $500,000.
Is it tradable on OpenSea? I wonder. Like, are we going to see it sold for 200 ETH in a month?
I don't know.
Or is that a
man.
one sale and done, keep it kind of thing?
I don't know. I think you just got to keep it, right? It has an offer right now of 0.33.
Get him out of it a little bit.
So yeah, if he's willing to take that. It does look like the guy did sell it. It looks like it was
the guy that minted it or whatever sold it.
I assume so, because it looks like it was sold to this guy DVMOI, and so Topps transferred it to him, and then he transferred it to some other wallet. So it was a transfer, so you got to assume it was some sort of private sale there. You got to assume the guy didn't just buy it and then lose money.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, not 3 or 4 days after it happened.
Yeah, that would just kind of be stupid.
Wow. But, you got anything else cool in that wallet?
I don't know.
Just kidding. This isn't an NFT show. This is the cool stuff.
This is cool stuff. I don't know. He's got some shark with like a chain on it. I don't know. I'm probably the wrong person to ask that, but yeah. What's weirder?
Grown men selling JPEGs to other grown men, or grown men selling cardboard pictures of grown men to a third grown man?
It's got to be the JPEGs, right? Because they're hiding behind the screen.
Yeah,
so
definitely. That's what I think.
Yeah, my unbiased opinion.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you want to touch on this here about the
touch on the retouch?
Touch on the retouch, yeah.
Yeah, so Guardians, the Cleveland Guardians, which not to be confused with the other Cleveland Guardians, which is a women's roller derby team. It's also the new name of their baseball team. So it's no longer the Cleveland Indians, it's now the Cleveland Guardians. And Topps was under questioning for basically touching up their Series 1 cards to show the new logos and the new uniforms and stuff like that, in which they very calmly responded to, saying that's a very common theme. They do it for Bowman, obviously. Almost every card in Bowman is photoshopped, right? Those kids aren't wearing New York Yankees. Jason Dominguez wasn't wearing New York Yankees jerseys at 17. So very common practice in the hobby. They do a little Photoshop and a little bit of editing and stuff to get the new look, and so they address that, which is kind of cool. My favorite story from the hobby of collectibles and cards and stuff this week was the feds got involved down in Florida. The U.S. Custom and Border Control seized $345,000 worth of Kansas City Chiefs fake Super Bowl rings from, 2019?
That's just like obscene. Like,
who's shipping in that kind of amount of fake Super Bowl rings?
Dude, I have no idea. I wonder, like, did they say how they shipped them? Like, were they like hidden in avocados or
Oh yeah, you're thinking like
Like,
blockbuster movie style plot. I like
no,
it.
no. I saw a couple stories on Twitter I forget what they see, some drug, and one of them was straight up like they made like wax outers of avocados that looked like avocados, and it was just drugs inside. And they did it with onions too. It's insane. They'll do anything.
Who's placing an order for that? Who says, "Hey, I need a 350K worth of
Fanatics?" Maybe.
Possibly. Possibly.
I don't think they would do that, right?
There were 80 rings, worth 300, which means even though they're counterfeit rings, they're still pretty dang expensive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Interesting. Definitely not something I would be interested in, but it made the news and quite a big deal in the hobby, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's real quick. Just we talked about. I kind of mentioned Fanatics here. So they launched another NFT, not spin-off, but I guess another project here, called Zero Cool. So, have you looked into it at all?
I did. Yeah, we were. Shout out Vince. We were on Voice this morning, getting prepared for the Formula One drop, and we were talking about it. And so basically, these cards they're 36-point cards, so your standard trading card, and they're basically the drawing NFTs of Gary Vee's V Friends NFT project. And so I was looking at the checklist. There was 1,000 boxes made. Okay. They're withholding 200 boxes, so as for promotional and for damage stuff. So 800 boxes released to the public. There is 5 different types of 101s. There's like, a ruby 101, a gold 101, a platinum 101, and then there's an autograph 101 as well.
Okay.
And one other one. But so there's 200, it was like something like 245 card checklist, which means each one of those cards would have a 101. And based on the number of boxes, there was like there's an average of 1.2 101s per box.
So,
which is strange.
So this is a physical product.
Yeah, it's a physical box of cards.
But you also get the NFT?
No, you don't get the NFT. It's weird. It's a blind auction. So basically, this is open until tomorrow, I think, is when it closes. And what you do is you create an account. I believe it's done with cash, not Ethereum. I could be wrong there. Don't quote me on that. And you place a blind bid, and you can bid on up to 40 boxes, but you have no idea what anyone else is, and it's kind of a one and done bid. So you put in I want a box. I want one box. I'll bid $1,200, and at the end they're going to take the best bids that clear out the 800 boxes.
Interesting. So I have a few questions about this. Not for you to answer, just like in general. So, or I guess insights. Maybe this is the gap between the digital and the physical that that we've been talking about. I'm also curious if PSA is going to grade these. You have to imagine. Okay,
so I brought that up this morning. Yeah, I think.
I know they graded his Uno cards, so I don't see why there'd be any reason they wouldn't grade these.
Right. Yeah. If you're first to market with a V Friends Fanatics card.
You think they're going to sell them? Like secondary?
Yeah, I think so. But if you're on social media today, people that are not in tune with NFTs, but are involved in the hobby a little bit, some of the older crowd in the hobby and some of the, the tried and true old timers of the hobby were blown away by these things. They're like, Fanatics is taken over, and their first set of cards looks like a kindergartner drew them with crayons.
I think it's something happy. Bigger than that. I think. Okay, so in their About Us, there's one line that really sticks out to me. It says, "We believe that the fairest way to price trading cards is for the price to be set by the market, not by Zero Cool." So, and I don't know how this would work at a broader scale, but I mean, do you think there's a possibility that they take this principle and apply it to sports cards?
I think so.
I don't know how it would work, but
well, that's basically the direct to consumer. I mean, you're selling that would be Fanatics selling at market price, right? Is that, I mean,
yeah, but like at the same time, like they couldn't blind auction like everything off. But like I don't know, maybe like first off the line hobby boxes, Dutch auctions. No, we're gonna do blind auctions, and and like that's the price. So that'd be interesting.
Get a great deal on it. Great if you overpay. That's what the market dictated. Yeah, it very well could be.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see because. I mean, people are either going to get priced out or people are going to lose their ass on some of these things. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. I don't know. Are you going to toss a bid in?
I was actually thinking about doing it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
I don't know what yet.
I mean, what is your guess? What do you think they sell for?
Vince and I were talking this morning that we were borderline thinking maybe $1,000 wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. People are crazy. People like Vince are crazy, and will pay a lot for these.
Vince got a little more ETH than we do, I think, though.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a touch.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. Payment methods. Okay, let's see what you can. Yeah, credit card. I don't know how Vince's credit line is.
Oh, credit card? Yeah, credit card's not even real money, is it? Charge it to the game. Let's do it.
Yeah, you just don't worry about it.
I'll take 12.
Yeah.
But by the way, 4 boxes is a sealed case. That's what it says on there. So,
interesting. So if you win 4, you get a sealed case, I guess.
Yeah. So are they going to prioritize multi-box orders? Like if you bid $4,000 on 4 boxes and I bid $1,000 on one, and we're down to the final, boxes. Are you going to get those boxes or?
I don't know if it says anything about that, but
it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
I guess they can do whatever they want.
I kind of like the candy clownfish. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. I think I'll throw down on a. You want to go in on a case?
A case.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any value in a case. I think the value is in cracking this thing open and grading it.
Okay, cool. I'm going for 1 box then.
The cards.
Tell me what you're gonna bid though.
Yeah, I will.
I'm gonna go $1 more than you.
Perfect. I'm gonna tell you $2 less than what I'm gonna bid. The cards honestly kind of like remind me of like National Treasures. Like,
except for the quality and the thickness, but yeah.
Except for the clownfish on it.
Yeah.
Wait, National Treasures could be beat to shit. So
yeah,
I wouldn't say the quality might be good on these.
I honestly, can you see the checklist on where we're at right now?
I just had it up too.
If you look at those 101s, multiply them by the card set and divide them by the boxes, there's like 1.2 or 1.4 101s per box.
Huh. That's not bad. Yeah, these are going to do numbers. There's autographs? How do you get a clownfish auto?
I would assume they're auto by Gary Vee.
Oh, I was hoping for the clownfish.
Could you imagine getting it and it's autographed by Luber? Like, AKA
Aiden. Shout out to your boy.
Shout out AD.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't think we've seen anything like this. But I don't think this is really, I don't really think this is surprising to see from someone like Gary Vee. At all.
I do think it's going to do well. I do believe that he is very good at what he does as far as marketing and
that, or he's good at convincing us that we think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, true. Either way, it's selling.
But yeah, it's cool. Keeps things interesting here as we kind of take this Fanatics transition. But yeah, one interesting thing, if you want to touch on it, about kind of hobby and retail pricing, going, as we go farther into the new year here.
Yeah, we have a contact that does a little bit of hobby distribution and gets allocation and allows pre-orders for hobby. So we got a letter that basically was given some options on some pre-order products, and then at the bottom it said Topps will be increasing the cost of hobby and retail products at a minimum of 20% going forward after this product release, which would be Heritage and Formula One. So what's that going to look like in stores? I mean, realistically, if we're having blasters at $25, 20% of that would be another $5. So we're going to see blasters go from 25 to 30 on flagship paper. I mean, we're going to see 30 to 36 on chrome stuff.
Did we see 25 for Series 1 on Target? I thought they were 20 for blasters.
Even so, yeah, maybe 20. So they'll go from 20 to 24 or 25, and
yeah.
You know, I remember, yeah, it's coming. I mean, we figured it would be, but it's official now. So,
do you think maybe it's just due to production costs? Do you think that they're making some changes?
Yeah, I think it's a little
quality?
bit of taking advantage of the market, which, you know, everyone does. That's business, so I understand that. But I also think, yeah, a little bit of it could be even some supply chain stuff. It's costing more to get stuff in, and their production cost is going up. Obviously, they've spent a ton of money in the last. I mean, Fanatics has behind Tops has spent a ton of money acquiring a lot of different companies and stuff and getting set up to take this over. So yeah, I mean, we figured this would be the case.
Yeah, hopefully they put that 20% towards like quality assurance.
Yeah, you hire 5 dudes to sit in that factory and look over a couple cards once in a while that come off the line.
Yeah, I think I was at the Philly show. I forget who I was talking to, but they were mentioning at the I don't think it was you, Jake, that at the industry summit they did address the F1 back edge issue, and apparently like the cards were too thick that when the machine would go push it into the pack, it was peeling up that back edge.
Ooh.
So more often than not, and there are cards that are not damaged, more often than not, those numbered cards, because they were on the back, were obviously like kind of destroyed.
Right.
But one interesting thing to see, and I saw this a few times, is apparently Topps has been replacing some of these cards too. Mainly these F1 cards that were absolutely damaged. I saw a couple people get Lewis Hamilton back, which are obviously like numbered Lewis Hamilton from Sapphire, monster cards. Sending them in, getting 10s on them. And there's the and I'm pretty sure it got sent back because apparently it's all the same serial number for the replaced ones. An orange auto out of 25 that got a PSA 10. I don't remember how much the guy has it up for.
Yeah, that's some money.
Yeah, it's a 10-10, like ridiculous monster card. So hopefully they kind of address some of that stuff. If they do mess up, kind of offer, and everyone expects the card to be PSA 10, out of the pack. Like they don't want anything messed up with it. But there's some stuff that, is kind of upsetting when you open it. You spend a lot of money. I've had my fair share of those moments. I'm sure you have too. And, you just want them to do the right thing. And a lot of it starts with being able to contact them, which is like really tough to do right now. Their customer service is not the best. And then having that, process to get those replacements. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe Zero Cool will help alleviate some of that. But
yeah,
save us, Gary Vee. Let's switch gears a little bit to sports. And
busy week.
Yeah, so you want to touch on your boy?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird calling him my boy. I do root for him quite a bit now, since I'm a Bear fan. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers got a shiny new deal, 4-year, $200 million, with the Packers making him the highest player in NFL history.
He's what, 37, 38?
Yeah, 37, I think.
I mean, you think he sees that deal through, or
yeah,
what?
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's like prone to getting beat to shit though. Like he takes a beating sometimes. Sometimes he's not as good as Brady is. Sitting.
Brady
down.
looked like he was 25 when he left.
True. Yeah, I'm still shocked he kind of left, but
yeah,
yeah,
he deserved that. It's nice. I bet you the Packers are breathing a little sigh of relief, not just because they got their boy back, but because they don't have to play against him.
Yeah, and I think this now helps kind of solidify that Devontae Adams is not going anywhere either, which I think was I would imagine
Do they have money left for him?
I don't know.
Oh,
They'll
God.
probably tag him, I would think. I don't know if they
Yeah.
have yet. But I don't know, dude. Money would like in football is so stupid because and like the Cowboys are probably like the most infamous team for doing this, where they just convert your contract to signing bonus, essentially like pay you the guaranteed money and free up like a shit ton of cap space.
Yeah.
So they just did it with Dak and maybe Zach Martin. I forget who it was, but like they freed up like $22 million in cap space by just like turning X amount into a signing bonus. So they know how to manipulate it.
You know what the Cowboys don't have to free up? A space in the trophy case because yikes.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, right. The Bears are so far away. It's disgusting.
Yeah, true.
Some other stuff that happened in the hobby. Russell Wilson, who's came into the league. Let's see, what was he a rookie at 2014? Is that right?
I think earlier, 2012. I think no.
2012, maybe, yeah. Has been with Seattle his whole career. Officially was traded to the Denver Broncos. You know, we knew the Denver Broncos were going to make a move to get a pretty prolific quarterback, and it it only cost Seattle giving up. You know, Seattle got 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders. That's what it took the Broncos to give up to get rid of Drew Lock. Which is what they got. Drew Lock, 2 first and 2 second. So
Drew Lock will only ever be known for saying that oh my god, it's a Jim Jones song on the sideline. I forget what song it was, but oh god. Man.
Drew Lock very well could be selling cars in Seattle in a year or two. Yeah, maybe even this year.
But this is interesting to see. Like Russell's still really good quarterback. I think a lot of people thought Aaron Rodgers was going to Denver. I think they thought that last year, and they definitely thought that this year. So interesting to see. That division is absolutely brutal.
Oh, yeah.
You got Herbert, Russell Wilson, Patty Mahomes, Derek Carr. Is that it? That's it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, dude, I don't even know. Like, listen, I'm a Chiefs homer. I don't know how you could like pick one team. Like, they're all pretty competitive here.
Yeah, you're gonna be. It's basically 2, if not 3, guaranteed spots coming out of that. Playoff spots coming out of that division.
Yeah, you got to imagine 2 at least coming out of there. Yeah, that's gonna be cool next year. I'm excited to watch those games.
Yeah,
one of my boys, Carson Wentz, back in the NFC East. So he got traded to the Washington Commanders.
You know what's cool about that?
What?
That now the Eagles get to catch passes from him again.
Oh.
You know, he's back in that division.
Oh yeah.
I like Carson. I got to like Carson while I watched the in season. What's that HBO show? Hard Knocks.
Yeah. The
in season Hard Knocks when they did the Colts last year during the year and stuff. And he seems like a really good dude. He's been so injured and so he just kind of down on luck a little bit.
He's just kind of dumb. Like, he makes really dumb decisions. Like, some of those shuffle passes he does. I said it when he was in Philly, and he would run, throw his body out there. Like, he was so good in the pocket that when he would run and is not sliding, making those smart decisions that people like Aaron Rodgers make, that allowed him to play for as long as he has. You're just setting yourself up for failure, beating your body down. Because, like, you got 200-300 pound dudes like chasing your ass down, like, and
he's not a small dude himself.
He's not. But still, you don't want your quarterback putting himself out there like that. It's just scary. But definitely. Yeah, NFC East, the most competitive, non-competitive division in football. So we'll see. It'll be brutal. It'll be interesting. But
Cowboys are going to play on them. I mean, that's a rough. That's a rough place to play.
Yeah, they should. But, and I'm going to ask this question again. I asked it last week. What comes first, football or baseball?
Oh my gosh, I hope baseball. It's not looking good though. It's every week it seems like there's more hiccups, and then you get a little win here. Like we had the universal DH agreed upon a couple weeks ago, and
the Mondo bags.
Yep.
The bases are like ridiculously big now. I saw a picture, not to derail. I saw a picture of Jose Altuve. It was obviously, you know, a Photoshop. It was Altuve on the base. It was just like his whole body on top of the base. But yeah, pretty funny.
What's the point of that? Just, I mean, so there's more area to slide to and run to, that there's less collisions, or what's the theory behind that?
I actually don't know. I didn't really read into it, but I mean, like, every inch matters with like stealing a base. Like, I mean, you gotta imagine it's gonna go. You know, steal percentage is gonna go up.
Yeah, because you could slide 3.5 feet away from someone.
Yeah, literally though.
The other thing that happened with this, which is weird to me, is the MLB agreed to ban the shift.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it definitely makes an effect, like on you know, players' performance. Like, obviously, some players are more prone to pull the ball one direction or another.
Basically, what they're saying though is that they're determining that horizontal movement would be considered a shift, but vertical movement would not, right? So a third baseman or first baseman can cheat all the way in on a bunt, and that's not considered a shift. But if they move, you know, 8 feet to the left into the shortstop position, that would be a shift, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. There's going to be definitely, I think, they saw those batting averages drop and stuff, and they're doing everything they can to stop that from happening with the whole spin rate stuff and the crackdown on the pitcher's substance stuff. You know, we figured something like this would probably be coming.
Yeah, I saw something about, and I don't know, maybe this was like just some BS, but did we ban bunting, or was that like some parody thing I saw on Twitter?
No bunting. Yeah, it's probably some macho thing.
Okay.
Who bunts anymore?
I saw like a tweet about it. I didn't really think too much of it. I was like, there's no way. Like, we banned bunting, right? Like,
I can't believe people didn't bunt more against the shift. I mean, if you're going to have no third baseman and put him on the right side of second base, just bunt one down the third baseline. It's a guaranteed hit.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I've never tried to bunt a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, though, so I really don't want to comment. I'm like, why are you not?
I also haven't tried to swing a piece of lumber at a 100-mile-an-hour fastball either.
Also true.
Which one's easier?
Yeah. I don't know, because I've never done it.
Yep. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows when we're going to see the end of this? It's really, you know, you got the players standing up for the future generation of the game, which is, you know, admirable and understandable, and then you also have the basically power struggle back and forth between the union and the owners, and it's ugly for baseball, but it's something this is not the first time this has happened. It's definitely not going to be the last time.
Yep. Yeah, so we have F1 starting tomorrow. So it's the first day of the first race in Bahrain. Driver lineup looks pretty cool. So I guess the one big news is Nikita Mazepin, who's a Russian driver, got removed from Haas. So he's no longer on the race, or in F1 at all. So they brought back Kevin Magnussen, and I was talking to some people when the news broke, and like cards were flying on eBay. Like, people were going and scooping up like whatever you could buy. So I'm sure a lot of orders will get canceled, but
definitely.
It's so funny. Like, you see something like that, and like the first like instinct is like, shit, let me go check eBay. But yeah, so first race with Hamilton and Russell, Norris and Ricardo. Let's see who else we got. Gasly and Yuki, which would be pretty cool. You got Albon and Latifi on Williams this year. Verstappen and Sergio Perez on Red Bull, and I think the team pretty boy, which is Ferrari, Charles and Carlos Sainz. So we'll see.
Sainz.
Yeah, well, at least one of the things I'm looking most forward to is kind of seeing how Hamilton and Russell plays out. Um,
Yeah,
because I don't think there's any way that you're putting Russell, because obviously only one person can win. And if you've watched Drive to Survive, you've seen like kind of some of the struggles that Valtteri Bottas has had with being on the team with Lewis Hamilton, because like obviously they want Hamilton to win, like
right.
unless like Bottas is like in a position to win, they want Hamilton to win. So Russell's like the hot young blood, so we'll see what happens. Maybe it's just setting him up for being the first driver on Mercedes next year.
Yeah, I mean this is Hamilton's last year for sure, right?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
It
maybe.
seems like it. I mean,
It
a
does
lot of
seem
people
like
thought
it.
last year would be, but
There's no way he was going out like that. There's
no.
no way. There's no way. But yeah, so it'll be interesting. We'll touch on the results next week, but looking forward to watching that. We could switch gears a little bit to some basketball here. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I still can't believe this dude's coaching, and I really don't like. I really don't watch too much basketball, at least NBA.
Me either.
But Greg
College basketball's
Popovich,
great.
yeah, Greg Popovich, head coach for the San Antonio Spurs, he has tied for the most wins in NBA history. So obviously he's gonna surpass that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, one of the most like well-respected coaches, probably in NBA history. But pretty cool to see. Obviously, I don't know. Will we ever see someone pass him? Maybe. His teams have always been really good. So
yeah, the thing is, it seems like there's more turnover in coaching these days than there was back then. Because back then, you had nobody coaches that made it 7-8 years. So
true.
I would think probably not. But who knows? Maybe. To me, basketball, especially NBA, really all you got to watch is the last 2 minutes, because the last 2 minutes of the game takes about 3.5 hours.
Literally,
yeah,
it's like
free throws and timeouts and it's unbelievable. TV timeouts and reviews. It's maddening.
Yeah. It is. It does take a long time.
And there's no defense played. That's why I like college basketball.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of defense played. It goes a little bit quicker. But speaking of college basketball, we got March Madness right around the corner, which is exciting. We're doing a GFNF bracketology challenge this year again.
Yeah, that should be pretty good. So
Selection Sunday is coming up this Sunday. That's where all the conference tournaments are done. Ends with the Big Ten championship, and then they'll pick the bracket, and then I will dominate you in bracketology.
We will see about that, but
we'll check back on here. We'll come back to
it. Oh man, who are you picking to win?
I mean, I'm a huge Illinois fan. University of Illinois. My dad went there. Grew up there around the stadium. I don't think they have what it takes to win. They were the number 1 seed, number 2 overall, but the number 1 seed last year and got beat out in the second round by Loyola. So
yeah,
I think I like Baylor. I think Baylor's going to go deep this year.
Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe it's Kentucky's year. Maybe
Kentucky.
The usuals are up top, but
not LSU's.
True.
Say that. They had that's our next thing here. We got LSU basketball had some allegations and a lawsuit filed against them, which is weird. They're still doing this. I don't get it, but they filed the lawsuit against them because apparently there's alleged they paid a father of one of their players, and this is how they worded it: paid a father of one of their players. Well, I'm sure this was happening all the time, but $180,000 to basically get his kid to come there. We know that Louisville got some suspensions because of this, and this is not the first time this has happened, but that was the whole point of the breakthrough with this NCAA allowing their student athletes to make a little money on their name, right?
Yeah, I mean NCAA, like they're like low key kind of scummy, like not letting these kids like they're making so much money off these kids, like so much that they should be able to kind of cash in on their likeness and
Well, and every rule went against it, right? They didn't allow them to get paid, but then they made it a requirement that you had to spend 1 year in the NCAA to be eligible to go to the pros.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So good for like the kids to be able to get get their bread.
Maybe that dad will have 180K, use a little bit of it for a good lawyer.
Oh, he already got that Corvette.
Yeah,
for sure. He got that Corvette.
Yeah, the Don Johnson white one.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. We really haven't heard much of it. I've seen his cards starting to rise as we kind of get closer to the draft and stuff. But Deshaun Watson, so the grand jury is going to hear his case this Friday, and yeah, we just I don't know, man. Like, obviously, a lot of the information got out, but it just seems like nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. The other thing to me is why was he not starting last year for the Texans?
I don't know.
I understand, like, if you want to separate yourself, if you think he did it and you want to separate yourself, but they didn't, right? They kept him on the team. He was on the team.
It's
you might as well start him.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I expect that to be a long, grueling case, but
if he does come back and play, though, we see. With how good Mahomes is and the way he kind of rebounded back middle of the year to the end, we'll see 2017 wax probably just skyrocket even more.
Yeah, I think people are either in that too high already to move it at this point, or just they got it so cheap that they're just like, I'm going to ride this out.
Speaking of this, did you see? Is it just me, or does it seem like Mitch Trubisky's cards have been going up?
Oh yeah, dude. People are like fiending for like Mitch Trubisky cards.
Have they seen him play?
Apparently not. I'm gonna sit that one out.
Yeah, I'm gonna file that away in the Drew Lock category.
Yeah, if you want to dabble with a little Mitch Trubisky, have at it. I will put my money elsewhere. And
miss me with that.
Yeah, maybe some 2021 Topps Chrome Sapphire boxes.
Yeah.
If I could find some pretty good price, but
okay.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so let's go to our high rollers here. So, a couple big sales. I'm gonna botch this name.
I'm leaving it for you because I want to hear you pronounce it. I had to Google how to pronounce it.
You know how to pronounce it?
Okay, I do now. I didn't.
So it's a 58 Pele rookie card.
Yeah.
Alifa Bulaget?
Close to Alifa Bulaget.
Oh, yeah, gay. Yep. Okay. Close. So Pele rookie, PSA 9, 1.33 million. This is like, we had Pele last week, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, World Cup's coming up, so
yeah.
I'm assuming we're going to see some more of his stuff go. But a rookie, wasn't an autograph, wasn't a color variation, just a straight. It was a short printed set based on what I looked up. This Alifa Bulaget set, it was very short printed, but
sounds
just
like a dish, like a dinner.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It sounds like a French swear word. Like you hear that in public, you go, "What did you call me?"
Yeah.
But PSA 9, 1.33 million. Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I think maybe this was the card that I was looking up last week or last time we talked about it, but yeah, still the hottest name in basketball probably right now, John Morant.
Yeah. Super. You would agree he's on pace to win. If the season ended right now, he's your MVP.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This seems cheap. I guess this wasn't a true RPA, but no. 2019 flawless out of 5. Oh yeah, okay. PSA 10, 150,000. So, okay. Is this the card that sold for? Okay, it looks like this sold for 135,000 last month, and then okay,
nice little 15K up on waiting a month.
Yeah, so not a true RPA, but still insane grade. Seems like a pretty good deal if you have that kind of money to put out there.
I'm spending it all on the Zero Cool V Friends, so I don't. But
yeah. Of course, MJ. So Fleer sticker this time, 86 Fleer sticker, PSA 10 for 114,000. I don't know what the pop is on those.
I think pretty low because usually that had the gum behind it in the back. So
yeah,
getting a PSA 10 of that's pretty tough.
There's ways to get that to get that off, or even the wax too, if you have the wax on it. But yeah, obviously.
What are you going to tell us about your and Ronnie's shady practices to get 10s?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind. I didn't say that. Sorry, Ronnie. Shout out, Ronnie.
86 Fleer Johnny Moore PSA 10 for $84,000.
Another basketball player that, to be honest with you, I'd never even heard of.
I can't believe that goes for that much. That shows my knowledge of basketball, especially older basketball.
What is a Fleer? What's an 86 Fleer sealed box go for?
I think they're still like $250,000 or something, right? Because I mean, a PSA 10 Jordan is depending, is like anywhere in that range. So, and obviously there's a chance you get 2, but
yeah, you get a sticker. You could get a Johnny Moore.
Yeah, you can get a Johnny Moore, really cash out.
Retiring on that Johnny Moore money.
Yeah.
I like this next one better.
Yeah, I would much prefer this card. So Steph Curry, 2009 Topps Chrome Refractor, BGS 9.5. So refractors are out of 500. And that sold for $63,000.
Is he?
That's crazy.
He's playing. That dude's the best shooter that anyone's ever seen. Do you think? I wonder. I should have looked up if there was any PSA 10 sales in the last couple of months. That would be. I would have to assume, obviously, the PSA 10 is going to go for more than BGS 9.5.
There was
something of that.
Been on. I would imagine like PWCC. That's like a PWCC thing, or one of those auction houses.
Let's say the PSA 10 does around 80. Okay, is that fair?
I would say 100, but
okay, so say 100. At 63K in, are you taking the risk cracking that slab with that high value and trying to cross it over?
No, you got to send it in case like that for crossover. You can't crack that. You'd be out of your mind to crack that, or finding someone that would crack it.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely wouldn't let someone else do it.
No. Yeah.
They just snap me into a murderous rage if they like clip the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Can't do that. This is a pretty cool one, and I saw you talking with our boy Slumped a little bit earlier about this, which apparently this is like the rarest Pokemon card out there. 1998.
It must be.
Yeah, Illustrator Pikachu Japanese promo. It's always the promo. Literally always the promo.
What's that mean? They were giving these out for free back then?
Yeah, it was either came with something, or I know they did a lot of movie promo cards. This a PSA 7 $900,000.
Unbelievable.
Which is crazy.
It's a record for non-Charizard. Didn't a Charizard did over $1 million, didn't it?
I don't think so. No, I don't think it did.
PSA marketed as the record, but I thought for sure
no,
Charizard
dude.
did. Maybe not.
No, I think the Charizard like kind of tapped out like 600,000 or 700,000. So this card, there's 2 7s, 5 8s, 8 9s, and there is 1 10. So there is a 10 out there. So interesting, looking at the PSA price guide, they have it at $6 million.
Wow.
And they have the 9s at 2.5. So
would you rather have a 98 Illustrator Pikachu Japanese promo PSA 10 or a 9 PSA 9 52 mantle?
Oh, the 52 mantle. So because I can actually read the card. I can't read this. I can't read the.
I would assume if you're willing to spend $6 million on it, you probably got a little bit of money to get a private tutor, learn some Japanese.
I would hope so.
Or not, or you just get it as big. I couldn't imagine spending $6 million on that card and then just sticking it in the safe, saying, "Hey, this is cool. See you later."
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. That's just so nuts.
Shout out Slumped and all the Pokemon collectors out there, and good for you guys.
Seriously,
is that a rookie card or what is that?
It's got to be.
I guess
it's a rookie card. Some pretty crazy polls this week. Yeah, I saw someone tweeting about them, so I tuned into this. But Daddy Rips on Instagram. I mean, I haven't seen like these kind of hits just like back to back to back like in a while. The first night, his first 2 boxes, He had Sapphire 2020 Bowman, green Witt auto. And then he opened 2 Jumbos 2020 Bowman, a Speckle, and I think a Refractor Witt auto. So just boom, 3 Witts off the bat.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, next night they opened 2019 Bowman. They had Luciano base and Speckle auto. Then he pulled the blue J-Rod auto. And then he pulled the base Wander Franco auto. So again, 2 nights in a row, just like absolute fire. And then
unreal.
Might be the biggest one. Probably the biggest one. More 2020 Bowman. Orange Bobby Witt Sapphire auto. So
nasty.
Yeah, so
it looked centered too. It looked real well. It looked real clean.
Yeah, those cards were pretty decent. The Sapphire one. So shout out to whoever hit that one, because that's.
And he pulled the orange, non-auto, but orange Sapphire Dominguez.
Oh yeah. He was just pulling orange like crazy. I don't know how much product he
opens.
Oh yeah,
orange but... Xavier Edwards too. Xavier Edwards auto, and he's a great prospect.
Yeah, so if you got money to spend and looking for some big pulls, apparently Daddy Rips is the one to go to.
That's your guy.
And then the usual suspects, Layton. Another Edwards, absolute monster. Immaculate out of 5 RPA laundry tag. So it's pretty cool.
Yep.
And then this is cool to see as someone's personal rip, a flawless diamond 1-1 LaMelo ball.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
I mean,
that's super cool. That's why we liked having Brett on last week, because it's personal rip. Like, that wasn't a break. It wasn't for advertising. It was just people that are in love with cards, enjoying the hobby, that ripped a absolute life changer.
Yeah, for sure. So it's
cool.
I can't wait to see what happens with that card. But
pretty good week in the hobby.
Yeah, so coming up, I think still yet to see F1 Hobby on Tops. I think maybe tomorrow or Friday.
I think we see Blasters on Friday.
It depends what happens with Hobby. If we don't see Hobby, I guess this will be out Thursday. So if we don't see Hobby Thursday, you have to imagine we see it Friday, unless they don't release it, which I'd be shocked if they don't.
Yeah. I mean, they made so much of it, I have to assume they're going to release it.
Yeah, and like hobby shops are kind of getting stiffed on a lot, so I don't see how they don't drop it, but we'll see what happens there. And then I think the hope is for some Mosaic Football mega boxes. I don't know if you've been getting hit up by people you sell to.
Definitely.
But, oh my God. I just can't get enough. It's like, are there megas yet? Are there megas?
And, and that hunger is going to continue too, because we're still a long way from Prism.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's going to be into mid-May probably before we see any retail Prism.
Yeah. One other thing we do have coming up. Let me pull up. I think it just got loaded today, but UFC Prism first off the line. The Dutch auction. Yeah, here it is. Let me pull it up.
What's the star price on that?
Oh, see, this is the hobby box. I know the star price is $2,000, and it's
American.
Yeah, dude. I mean, last year's boxes are, oof. I think they're about like $2,300 a box.
We were walking around the National this past year buying retail boxes of UFC Prism because it was one of the cheaper options to be able to get a Panini silver pack.
Oh yeah. But I mean, dude, yeah, this year's I don't know why Panini's website is so brutal to navigate. Oh yeah, because last year it was 2021 last year, right? UFC.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think it sells out at?
I don't know. Maybe 1,400.
Oh, I don't think it gets that low.
You don't think so? Is it got guaranteed autos?
Oh yeah, 2 autos. Yeah, it's like a regular Prism hobby box.
Okay, yeah, maybe 16. Maybe. I mean, I don't see it going out at $2,000 or 1,800. But maybe. I mean, there's so much hype on other sports right now. Obviously, Wander's carrying baseball. You got Formula One that's got its natural bump, and the season started. I don't know. Maybe I could be dead wrong, but I don't think it'll go out at the top.
This is also the first Prism product with the new design, or should be.
Oh yeah, definitely would be.
But they also have like those throwback prism design cards they did in basketball. They're doing those for UFC, so that's pretty cool.
Oh.
But yeah, so we'll be keeping an eye on that, seeing that market's pretty hot right now. So
Yeah, definitely.
interested to see what happens there. And I know we touched on this earlier, but let's put official numbers here.
Mm-hmm.
F1 Sapphire prediction. What do you think the box is going to cost?
400.
That was going to be my guess. Yeah. No autos. At least we don't know that there's autos. We gotta hope that this is Montgomery Club.
Yeah.
It has
I mean,
to
at
be,
400, right? I'm still buying.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know about you.
All day.
Yeah.
I think 400's reasonable.
Yeah.
Which means it'll probably be 6.
Yeah, or 12.
Yeah. Oh my God, they can't do that. No, there's no way.
The second you say Topps can't do something,
I know.
do it.
I know. I was asked
unpredictable.
backwards here. I thought paper was going to be way more than it was, and I thought chrome was going to be way cheaper than it was. So
yeah, it goes to show they'd throw anything at the wind, but we'll be on top of it no matter what it is. That's for sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but yeah, I think that we will wrap it up there. And as always, if you guys want to connect with us, or want to learn more about GFNF as a whole, you could find us on Twitter at GFNF__ or GFNF.io online. You could hop on the wait list.
On the wait list. Yeah,
get in the server. Come chop it up with us about cards, vinyls, NFTs, pretty much anything. If it's profitable, we're definitely covering it. So, yeah. Anything else before we wrap it up, Jake?
I think that's it. Good luck, guys, ripping some Formula 1 chrome, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Thanks. Peace.
Later, guys.